Thank you so much, Mr. Regan. Thank you for such a wonderful introduction. I'm well pleased and honored to be part of this move, and it's indeed a blessing to be able to speak to my fellow young, growing, and vibrant. I'll call you my friends, yeah. As we all know, today we are discussing about career guidance, right? And usually I like to start my sessions with the word of prayer. So allow me to pray, then we get into business. Heavenly Father, we thank you for yet another moment as we are gathered together, my God. We say thank you because, my Lord, you have kept us and you have sustained us. Father, everything that we are going to discuss here, I pray that, Lord, it may stick into our minds and help us to grow and be able to become that which you have placed in our hearts, and you are able to sustain us all through. We thank you. We give you all the glory. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Thank you so much. Yeah, we can begin now. So, career, I would give it, I will call it something that is a journey of growth. And it is something that it's like a process whereby you don't just wake up one morning and decide. I would say that each and every one of us, I believe, in your various stages of life, you are at some point, probably I would say before you started school, you would admire that you would want to be a doctor, for example, a teacher, or even a salesperson, or maybe something, just something you could admire, a pilot, an engineer. And you came to realize that as you grew, your desires changed and the way you viewed things changed as well. So a career, I would call it like it's a journey of growth, learning, and contribution. And the best way to define, or maybe to partake of that which a career is by beginning to understand yourself. So why does it matter to understand yourself first? Firstly, each and every one of us is different, and we view life differently, and we might have grown or came from different backgrounds as time goes by. And I believe that we've had different experiences. So you'll firstly must understand yourself. You must know to differentiate your interests, you know your strengths, your skills, your values, and your purpose. And by the end of this session, I believe you are supposed to have come out with an objectives like, firstly, identify your interest. You should be able to recognize your strengths and understand important skills that you have within yourself. And also, you are to be able to explore career opportunities and also connect purpose with profession. Then also be able to create a personal career plan, because that is the essence of why we are here. And as I mentioned earlier, firstly, you have to understand yourself. Now, the first point of understanding yourself is knowing your interests. That matters. And asking yourself, I would urge you, wherever you are, to ask yourself, who am I? Yes, who am I? What do I enjoy doing? Like, what is it that motivates you? Or what is it that you like identifying yourself with? Like myself, I would say, giving my example, growing up, I wanted to become a teacher, but I didn't know, I didn't get, or maybe, which word would I use? It was something that I did not really want to, which level to teach, or maybe which particular session should I be identifying myself with. And as years went by, I never had a change of heart. That is quite so so unique. But yeah, I wanted to become a teacher, and I, after my fourth year in my high school, my grades were not that pleasing to enter into the education line. So I then shifted. So I got an opportunity to study social work and community development, in which I began slowly by slowly. I started by certificate class and took up a diploma, and currently I'm in my degree. And luckily enough, I got an opportunity to identify myself with a training institution whereby I went and studied to become a teacher, and now I'm living a teacher, as Mr. Regan had mentioned earlier. Yes, I teach Thika School of Medical. So with that, you see, when you have desires, surely there's a way that it comes, and there's a way that you will definitely fulfill this thing. So I was asking, you should, firstly, to understand yourself, you should ask, who am I? And you are to know, in this who am I, what do I enjoy doing? What am I good at? What skills do I have? What values guide me? And with this, you'll be able to identify that career choice that matches who you are. Because remember, a career is a journey, and it is a learning process. And this is something that it's part of you, it's part of who you live with, who you grow to become in the future, right? Then in that line also, the next thing to look at is interest, understanding your interests. What are you interested in? Um, Firstly, what are interests? Interests, these are things that attract your attention and give you energy. For example, it could be something like technology, maybe business, arts, sports, education, agriculture. Yeah, and firstly, to identify this interest, just like I have given you what it means, that this is something that attracts your attention and give you energy. With that, you can ask yourself that what activity can I do for hours without getting bored? Can I do business without getting bored? Can I involve myself in arts, or maybe practice agriculture? What else? Health, that is caring for people, providing the platform for them to feel loved and to encourage them holistically in their growth. So with all these, the examples that I've given you now, where you are at, just as we move by, I would like you to not the things that I'm asking. Like, firstly, I had asked, who am I? That first you should understand. And now I've asked you that what activity can you do without can you do for hours without getting bored? Now, with this, what would you want to? Why does this part of wanting to know the kind of activity that will hold you for long without you getting bored? Why do you have to understand that? It's because when you choose a career, it should connect to your interest. Do you enjoy learning? Do you stay motivated? Or do you improve, or do you like improving your performance each and every time? And also, are you more likely to succeed in that particular interest that you have mentioned in that question? So I believe that we have tackled the part of interest, and I believe we are together. If we are together, you can at least react so that I know we are at par. Thank you so much, Gretchen. Is it Gretchen? And Barak and Inda. Thank you, thank you. Then the next thing is you to be able to understand your strengths. In choosing a career, you're required to understand your strengths. Now, what are strengths? This I would like one of you to speak up on how they understand what strength is. Anyone?
Me here.
Yes.
I think strength, it means what you like doing, like what you enjoy doing.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Any other person? Yes, Inda?
Yeah, in my own opinion, strength is like what you know best, what you know to do best.
Thank you so much, Inda. We have one more person. I can't, I'm not able to see the name. Meresi. Meresi.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
According to me, I think strength can be something of capacity, what you're capable of doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, you're all brilliant, and I get that you understand what strengths are. So to stress on what you have said, strengths are the abilities that helps you perform well. Just like Meresi has said, the capacity for you to be able to do something well. I would give an example of you having a strength in terms of being able to communicate, and also leadership. Mostly leadership, they will say that this is something that you acquire, but in most cases, some are born leaders, right? So you find that these are abilities that you can do, like this is your uniqueness, what makes you distinct from others, though in as much as you can share leadership ability and also you can share communication ability, you are able to stand out as this being your strength. So it's like a backbone for you to be able to identify your career. You can identify yourself with a leadership ability. No, let me use communication, a communication ability, and yet your career choice does not align with communication, right? So in that line, you will have to at least look for a career that will align with your communication skills, communication ability, because you like communicating. You can identify yourself with careers that involve interaction, sociology, social work, counseling, because you are interacting with people, even business. Yeah. So with that, with the example, I would add more another one in terms of strength. You can say you have a creativity ability. You can create things. Maybe you can be an expert in the line of maybe creating, building apps, building platforms, things like that. So another one is teamwork. You are that person who is able to organize for a team productive activity whereby you can organize for sports, you organize things. Then also you have the ability to solve problems. Yeah, with that you can become a what, criminal CID. I don't know the full representation of the CIDs, but yeah, that is in that line. Then adaptability is another example too. So in this case of discovering what your strengths are, you would ask yourself or reflect on a question: what do people always praise you for? Yeah, you have friends wherever you are. Maybe you listen to them or interact with them. They would say, you are able to solve these problems easily. How do you do it? So what is that thing that people always praise you for? Now, to discover this your strength, you should ask yourself, what am I naturally good at? What achievements makes me proud? So far, I believe that each and every one of us might have passed through life trials, possibly can be in school whereby you are asked to work on a project or a proposal, and maybe the reviews of your trainers wherever you are might have given you some encouragement. So you ask yourself, what achievements make me proud so far since my growth? Then another question to ask yourself is, what challenges have I overcome? With this, you're able to discover your strengths, and it will help you build your career. Also, to remind you here, no one should lie to you that you do not have a strength. Every one of you has their own strength. The journey is just discovering and developing the things that you really want. Also, strength can be acquired, just like we said, a career is you acquire that too. So this is not something that you must be born with, but you can get it as you grow, or maybe as you evolve in your growth. Yes, I think I'm done with strengths. So let us move to understanding your skills. And with the course of time, let me tell you, or maybe give you, what skills are. Skills are also abilities that we develop through learning and practice. We have technical skills, which I would say, for example, the computer skills, computer literacy, accounting, things like coding, agriculture skills. Those are the technical skills. I've mentioned a few, but there are many others. Then we have the soft skills, which are things like communication, leadership, teamwork, critical thinking, among others. So those are the skills in which they are the abilities that we develop through learning and practice. Now, how do you build your skills? In the line of education, you find that education is the acquisition of knowledge and skills, whereby you are able to gain from your trainers, or maybe gain from those who are teaching you to grow. So you can build your skills through education, and also you can build your skills through training. So maybe you might have been from your level of education, you've just come out from school, engage yourself in trainings. Then another way to build your skill is volunteering. I know in as much as the you need what finances to sustain yourself, but so many a times you need to build yourself. And if there is anything that aligns with probably what you desire, you can volunteer, as because with volunteering you usually you'll gain skills. Then also you can do internships. Maybe after a course you've done, go and avail yourself at an institution that is with you, or maybe where you have interest in. Give your presence there, then they will give you the skills. Then another way to grow or build your skills is engaging yourself in leadership opportunities. Then also involve yourself in community building or maybe community engagement. Maybe there are projects there that concerns youths. I believe we are all youths. Yeah, so you can engage yourself with community activities. This will help you and will surely help you build your skills. So with this, I would like to encourage you that your future career depends on the skills that you build today. Don't just sit at home. Extend yourself, stretch out yourself, extend your tents, build up your tents, pitch your tents so that you can acquire this particular skill. Yeah. Then another way to understand or maybe to choose your career is by doing career mapping. You have identified your interest first, you have identified your strengths, you have also acquired the skills necessary. Now you're doing career mapping. I would give an example of maybe you are an individual whose interest is love to help people. That is your interest. Then your strength is you have good communication, and then your skill is health knowledge. You have involved yourself maybe in a hospital setup whereby you have you have identified yourself with activities that have built your knowledge on health, then that makes it a skill that you have. So when you add on the interest, which is loving to help people, with good communication skills as a strength, then you add with the health knowledge, now you will find career opportunities with those three. Possibly you can, with the example I've given you, the career opportunity in this line is maybe possible careers in health, things like social work, as I mentioned earlier, counseling, maybe education whereby you are teaching people. So with that, you're able to know where you lie with that particular example. So with the questions I've given you, you'll be able to add, like you can take the interest plus the strength plus the skill, which is equal to the career opportunity. Now you'll be able to choose the kind of career that you want to engage yourself in. Now, how do we do this career mapping? Firstly, just like we had mentioned earlier, is identify the interest. That is by knowing yourself. Identify your strength, step 2. Then develop a skill, or maybe assess the skills that you have and list them down. Research careers available with the line of the strength and the interest that you have at heart and the skills that you have within yourself. Then the next thing you do is set goals to help you achieve, or maybe the goals that you would want to achieve by the end of this particular this particular period of you choosing your career. Then also Then lastly, the last step after setting your goals is now you take the action whereby you've come to the final choice of career. Remember, while you are researching careers, you have a list of options basing on the strength and the skills and the interest that you have within yourself. You are able to maybe list several among others, just like the example I'd given you. You love helping people, you know how to communicate, and also you have health knowledge. With that, you can choose the careers in the health line, counseling, social work. What else? We have nursing, nutritionist, among others. So with that, you are able to come into a conclusion of career choice. Now, with this, after now you've taken an action, you have to know your purpose and profession. A career is not only about earning money, but it's like a serving to gain positivity, or maybe to give a positive impact. So your profession should help you fulfill your purpose and create the positive impact. Remember, we are building a career out of what makes us happy or what we enjoy doing within yourself. So it should never be about money. You coming to make a career or maybe a career choice basing on the amount of money you have to earn will definitely drain you, because there are things called burnouts, whereby when you work in a particular field that does not energize you or build you positively, then definitely you will fall down or maybe not be able to sustain your work for years, and you'll grow old early. So now that you are young, you're youngsters, you're supposed to ensure that your purpose and profession align, and you're supposed to find connection with the purpose and the profession. So my message to you also in the line of purpose and profession is your career can become a tool for a positive impact. So that's a takeaway in that section. The activity I'm leaving you to reflect on, just like I'd mentioned earlier, is my career interest is what? What is my career interest? What is my strongest ability? Which skill do I want to develop? What impact do I want to make? Either be it within myself or maybe my community. Remember, you're working so that, or maybe you are identifying yourself with a career so that you can improve in terms of growth in wherever place you would be servicing. Then what action will you take after this session? Those are the things that you're supposed to, the activities that you're supposed to reflect after this. So I want to urge you that your career starts with you. Take a moment and reflect on the questions that I've given you. Build yourself and know yourself, build the skills that you have, explore opportunities wherever you are, identify yourself with things that build you, make informed choices. Don't just rush into decisions without studying. Then connect your career with your purpose. I believe that my session has ended, and this is a platform. I'm leaving you a few minutes so that you can air out your questions basing on what we have discussed. Thank you so much. So you can ask questions, feel free to ask. Thank you. Wow, thank you so much, Deborah. And thank you for asking. At least you have been following. Now, your question is it true that, is it a myth or truth if some careers does not have jobs? Well, that's really a good question. But now, I would say that it depends on where you come from. Here where I am, you'll find that there are some career choices that people do partake, and you find that maybe they did not have the interest at heart, or maybe they did not know on the ways in which they can handle this, or maybe how did they find themselves in that career. So you find that, remember, we have spoken about interest, strength, and skills, and a particular individual has gone to do a course or maybe taken up a career to study without identifying the strengths and skills and interests. Usually, when you go to an institution, you yes, you will study that particular course of yours, but what you come out with is what will make you to have a job. Why am I saying this? Life has made it in a way that you have to be an outgoing person, and you're supposed to be thinking outside the box. You do not just uh, engross yourself with the knowledge of what you have studied in the books. No, but rather you will identify the relationship between your purpose and your profession. So with that, I would say that it can be a myth, or it can be a truth. Yeah, but mostly it's not true. It's just a myth, I would say. I believe I've answered.
Okay, thank you. I think there's a question here. Someone is asking. Thank you so much for the inspiring session. So, how do you find balance between your interest and your fears? For example, I like journalism, though I found myself to be an introvert. Yeah, maybe you can start with that one first.
Yes, thank you so much for the question. How do you find balance between your interests and your fears? You're an introvert and yet you like journalism. Ah, you like journalism. That is your what is journalism? It's your career, right? Firstly, how did you find yourself in journalism? Yes, how did you draw to a point of journalism? How did you get balance into journalism?
You can feel free to unmute, please, to share in the topic. Just
Okay, I was going
mute your microphone
to
and
try
speak,
on.
please. Can you please?
Yes, please, you are speaking up. Feel free.
Right, I was going to talk about a
Uh-huh.
little bit more about the question. For me, I grew up finding that I like being a TV presenter, or I feel like I can interview people and get to know what they think. But most of the time, I am not so comfortable joining large crowds. That's why I asked that question. But a bit of clarification, journalism is not my path preferred.
I think you're not that clear. Ineza, let me use that pronunciation. You're not that clear. Can you please repeat what you have just said kindly?
Yes, I I think you can get me now, right? Are you getting me?
You're quite low.
Are you getting me now? I've been
Yes,
using
yes,
the
yes.
yeah. I just said um, I grew up wanting to be someone who can talk to large crowds of people.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
The way the journalists go, you see on TV, someone goes in the market and he gets to know the opinions of many people, and I found that very inspiring to me. But I also found that I'm not such a big fan of large gatherings. So I just asked that question. No, uh, how can it be possible that you are attracted to a career and yet your personal weaknesses feel like you can not take any further step? I think it's clear now.
Okay. Now, being introverted, Ineza, is I would call it a strength because yes, journalism I believe is you're supposed to be speaking to people and you're supposed to be having that communication, right? Just like you have said, you have a fear in interacting with people. But now, remember in journalism, mostly it's usually just acquiring information and giving people information, not interacting with people. So you'll I surely find a balance because uh, you journalism is speaking, so you will definitely speak, and that is making you have a balance between the interest and your fears. And with that, because you communicating or you speaking up each and every time, it's like a practice. Remember, you don't just wake up and become a journalist, but rather it's a growth, it's a learning process. So with that, you are able to find the balance between the interest that you have and the fears that you are saying, being an introvert. I don't know if I've given you an answer.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, we are here.
Yeah, okay. My name is Samuel, and I would first of all apologize for background noise because I'm in a class. If you are capturing my speech, I would like to ask. There is a challenge. There is a challenge faced by young people where they are not capable for choosing their career. For instance, there are students who apply for studying in university, but because they didn't get enough marks, university be the one to like to choose the career for them, and they follow because they have other choice. Could you have a piece of advices for them or for everyone here who is in career and he or she is not happy because what he was expecting to do is not what he is doing right now? Do you have a piece of advice for them?
Yes, is it Emmanuel who was speaking? James, if I'm not wrong.
There is somewhere, not Emmanuel.
Oh, it's Samuel. Okay, so you're asking if the kind of advice I would give to someone who is not taking, or maybe who is studying something contrary to what they want to do, or maybe what they desire, right? Okay. So, just like I had begun by giving you my story, I grew up wanting to become a teacher, and with the kind of grade I got after my high school, coming into university was not did not align with the kind of profession that I wanted to. But right now I'm a teacher. How did I get here? I started small. With the grades I had, which course could build me to become a teacher? Firstly, I went and chose a course of, basing on my interest of helping people, I went and chose a course in the health line, whereby I did social work and community development. After graduating with that, for you to become a trainer or maybe a lecturer, you would, with the basis of the education that you have in the line of the profession that you have, you go and study in education of teaching people who are taking the social work and community health. So you find that still, in as much as what I had did not make me to meet up the kind of profession that I wanted, or maybe the kind of career that I wanted, I still found my foot around it. So with what you have at that moment, finish it. Then after that, you'll identify your grounds. Yes, I think that's the advice I would give. Yes, yes. I've gotten it. You chose a career because of circumstance and your need to start to earn money first in order to survive. Now, how do you get the now you get the job and now you are earning, right? But you don't really feel fulfilled. Yeah. Your aim at first was to start earning fast and making money so that you can survive. And you have a different a different career that you want to, something that interests you. Why you see after you have finished, you just pick up from what interests you and build yourself on job because you find that these days you can study while working. So you can surely fulfill your interests. I believe I've answered you. Is it okay? Yes. How can young African discover whether their career should be driven by passion? This is it, understanding yourself. With the question I had, the questions that I had asked you to note down, with that you'll be able to know whether your career should be driven by your passion and strength and that. The questions that I had given, which were, uh, what is my career interest? Uh, uh, what is my strongest ability? Which skill do I want to develop? What are the impacts that I want to make, either be it within myself and within my community? And what action will I take after what we have studied? Those were the questions that you were to ponder so that you can get the feedback from that barrack. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Hassan Mole James from South Sudan. I want just to share a bit with my friends. Okay, um, choosing a career in my university, I did logistics, procurement and logistics. When I came to Sudan, good job. Sometimes I get chance to casual work. 6 months is over, 3 months is over. Then, like 6 years, again, I have not to do anything good. So I decided, asking myself, what can I do in university? What I have done in university. In secondary school, I did biology, chemistry, I did these things I have done. Then I decided to form my own organization, you see, in 2024. When I choose career, what I can do, okay, since 24, when I in January, in June, get a partner from outside from Europe. So this partner started training us in climate control education, it will climate change, finance, communication, Ethiopian. So we decided we will just train us for 6 months. Then we reach in November, they have happened, they have support two of our volunteers go to attend a COP, UNSCD COP in Saudi Arabia. Again, next year, the same that partner supported us to go and attend, supported one of our select four of our youth from South Sudan. They trained there for 6 months. Then one went to Brazil to attend climatic change in Brazil, COP 30. The same this year, they select us like five. Then because of financial issue, they selected one person is going to Mongolia this year. In August, is going to attend COP 16. So, what in career guidelines, what we have to do as youth of Africa, we have to change our mind. Even if we study biology, even if it's education, even if we study geography, you know, in Africa they teach us various subjects. You see, so we have to sit down. You can do. It's not that now if you start geography, you do things in the geography land. No, what I'm now this is procurement, but I'm now studying environment. In our course, teaching environment. Sometimes even teaching health. Sometimes we teach energy. Sometimes we teach even in finance. But sometimes in, in in procurement, we have only a bit of finance, but now we are teaching, you see. So in career guidance, don't limit yourself. You be sure of yourself. You can do something and you can become somebody in your future. That is why now when I change from looking for jobs, dropping the papers, now when I sit down, that's why you see now I get in a network with this African youth, young youth caucus, a lot of networks now I've joined. So that's why now I'm supporting a lot of youth of South Sudan to go and attend training. So I can, that is why I can say small things, my colleagues, don't worry. You can design something, you can do something, but very important is commitment. If you are not a commitment, because when I left this thing of looking for job in 2023, I sit down 3 years. I'm sitting down. I set my mind. I said my mind is now in climatical change. Even now, I'm dreaming to go to do my master degree in climate change at the environmental, and even in forest. You see, I live over procurement that side. So I want to my brothers here is the one in university or in secondary. You can sit in good thing now. It is not mandatory you will finish the university. Our year they said you finish university, but now there is something called children and youth. Age of 5, age of 15, age of 20, age of 10. People can some youth are now age of 5, age of 9. They program coordinators. Age of 15, they program coordinators of organizations. You see, you can start something. Now network is Starlink is there, network is there. So I'm advising you guys sit down, choose career in economy, maybe in agriculture now. Everything globe is changing. Every now if you see everything is going to environment is going to climatic environment. So agriculture. You see, we have to change our mind. We change our mind and also let us change mind and let us shift. Now globe is going, let us go to environment. Thank you so much. That's why I want to say a bit with my friends in this network. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for such a wonderful opportunity to share with you. Quite a wonderful inspiration from Emmanuel. With just as you have had that you don't even after making a career choice, you're not supposed to stick on what career you have studied, but rather you can invest your time in growth, expound your mind, expound your thoughts, and don't limit, because things change in time, and you find that whatever interests you had, maybe at the moment, maybe there is an issue like the climatic change. Maybe in the next 10 years, that could have been something that has been resolved. So broaden up yourself, build up yourself. Do not remain stagnant. Keep growing, keep learning, because education is not something that ends. It is something that is continuous. It's a continuous process. So you should broaden up yourself, be encouraged, and your career journey begins with what you discover, and discovering who you are. And the world needs your talent, the world needs your skills, the world needs your contribution. From wherever you are, you can be a Kenyan, and also your career that you have in Kenya might be in need in Rwanda, or maybe in need in Ghana, or maybe in need in Congo, anywhere. So you find that you grow and you broaden up yourself so that you can contribute to the growth of our nation, Africa. And that is why we are Africans. We have to beautify our nation. Thank you so much. I believe that you allow me to close. And I don't know if Mr. Regan has something, because I would like to close with a word of prayer.